So if you're like us, you are probably not spending all of your time at the campground. You're probably doing this mostly on weekends, working your full-time job in between. We've been doing this for a couple years. We think we have some good tips on how to maximize your time at the campground in case you do want to try to get there every weekend.
So let's share those tips right now. Hey everybody, welcome to RV East Coast. My name is Eli.
And I'm Fawn.
And before we get into the video, we want to share a few housekeeping notes. The first one is that we made it to 1,500 subscribers.
Yeah, thank you.
We cannot believe it. It feels like it was just days ago when we ended last RV season and we made it to 1,000 subscribers and we were so happy. And I don't know, I'm just so excited that the next season hasn't even started and we grew 500 subscribers. So thank you so much. We are thankful of you taking the time to watch our videos. What else do we have?
Stay tuned for the end of this video because we're going to read some of your comments from our previous video, and we may or may not share an RV meme of the week.
All right, should we get to the point?
Yes, let's get to the point of this video.
So like Fawn said at the beginning of the video, we would love to be in the campground all the time, but at least I would like to be there all the time. But if you are like us, you have busy jobs. We both have very demanding jobs and even more demanding children. And we believe that last season we earned the Weekend Warriors title, right?
Yes.
We camped from the very beginning in the RV season. It was still pretty cold. And we camped all the way through to the very end of the fall. What was it, Thanksgiving weekend, right?
Yep.
And we got snowed and everything. So we battled through all of it. And through the last couple years, we believe we learned a few tricks that we want to share with you.
Yep. So here we are.
Without further ado, let's get started.
Tip number 1 is taking several one-day vacations. So something we did a lot last year was, we did do our week-long vacation, but we also put in a lot of Fridays off or Mondays off, just so we could have a long weekend.
Sorry, timing wasn't right. Yeah, and there are a couple benefits that come from that. Number 1, your boss is more likely to accept your vacation request when you send them way ahead of time. They see at your list and say, yeah, it's just one day here, one day there. So they usually have no problems with that. The other benefit is that you don't feel bad to leave work almost every weekend because you gave your boss plenty of heads up, right? And then they have no excuse. And the other reason why we think this is beneficial is because when you do a long weekend, that gives you 2 full days at the campground. So right there, that's like a little mini vacation, right?
Right. Sometimes a Friday and then getting there and unpacking and then packing everything back up on a Sunday almost doesn't seem worth it, in my opinion. So I think having that extra day so that you can leave on a Thursday night or you can stay till Monday does make the trip a lot more worth it.
All right, number 2.
Have a set menu and include it in your weekly groceries. So that's another tip that we feel like we've kind of gotten a lot better at. In the beginning, we were often going to the campground and buying everything that we needed.
Eating out all the time.
Eating out a lot, buying a pack of butter, 4 sticks for one weekend, and not then coming home and having 6 bottles of ketchup and 3 bottles of mayonnaise.
And not to mention, and we say this before in other videos, that often we go to touristic destinations, and that means that groceries are much more expensive there.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, we were spending much more than we needed to, right?
Yes. So now what we do is we plan our menu ahead of time. We try to include those groceries into our weekly groceries that we're getting at home. If we don't do that, we try to pack all the little things that we might need for the campground, but we still make a menu and we grocery shop before we go, so we're getting from our local grocery store and we're getting good prices and everything.
And besides the price, another benefit that we get from that, which is about maximizing your time, is that we know what we are going to cook. We bring everything And the second point of this is that we also plan easy meals, either an easy meal, an easy breakfast, or an easy dinner. For instance, one day instead of using the Blackstone griddle and going all out, pancakes, sausage, bacon, then we do just cereal and milk one day.
Right.
Or maybe another day we just put some pot pies from Costco in the oven, and then that way we can spend more time playing outside, going on tours, hiking, doing different activities with the family.
Tip number 3 is keep essential items in your camper. So although I always look at the weather and pack our clothing accordingly, there are some things that we keep in the camper at all times so that we are never without it. So swimsuits, extra towels, sandals, just things that if you were somewhere, you wouldn't feel like, oh, shoot, I forgot it, and you miss out on some of those times.
I see you also have a little pro tip here. What is it?
Okay, so one of the things we did this year was we kept a lot of the hotel toiletries in the bathroom because we like to go. So
you are one of those that steals the little shampoos and conditioners from the hotel?
Yes, I've become one of those.
So tell what's the convenient part?
Well, a lot of times I don't like to shower in our camper because you have to be conservative with the hot water because it's small. So I like
you only have 6 gallons of hot water in your RV.
And when all 4 of you are showering, so I do like to use the bathhouses as if they're clean. And one of the nice things is like when we all go there, you and Arlo go in the boys, me and Afton go in the girls. And it's nice to have a little baggie for everybody so we can all take showers, we can clean up, we can come back.
Yeah, the point for this video is that, it's about maximizing your time. All 4 of us shower at the same time. We all had a long hot shower. We're all happy, but because we did it at the same time, that's a little extra time that you can use to sit by the fire, to go out, explore, do whatever you want. It's not that you have to maximize your time at the campground every single time, but when we are talking about short weekends, you want to make every minute count at the campground, right?
Right.
All right, should we move on?
Yep. All right, tip number 4 is asking for a late checkout. This is something you do a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know if you ever thought of this, but at the campground, just like you do at a hotel, you could call the front desk and ask for a late checkout. Some campgrounds do it for free, and some campgrounds charge you a small fee so you can have a later checkout. So there are a couple benefits to that. The first one is you get to relax a little bit more. If you want to make a big breakfast before you leave, you can do it. If you just enjoy your time a little bit more on Sunday when you leave. And the other thing is that campgrounds are really quiet on Sundays. Those that want to beat traffic want to be out by 8 or 9 a.m. So usually the pool is super quiet. So when you get to check out late, you get to enjoy a quiet campground to yourself.
Yeah. Another thing that we often do, especially like with our membership to 1,000 Trails, is we have the checkout on Monday, even though we're planning to leave Sunday, just so we don't have to rush. We can leave Sunday night, we can leave afternoon, like whenever we feel like we're ready to go.
That way we don't even have to call the front desk or ask for a late checkout or anything, right?
Right.
So there you go, a little extra time. And we made it to the last one.
Yes, tip number 5 is to have an adventure backpack. So we painfully learned this year with our children, is being out somewhere and forgetting something really essential like bug spray or sunscreen or
a water bottle,
which is not fun and makes you feel horrible when your kids are crying because they're getting eaten by mosquitoes or everybody's whining because they're thirsty. So now we have a little adventure backpack that
is always ready to go, right?
Always ready to go. Every time we get in the car, when we're camping, we grab it. Every time we ride a bike, we grab it. Just a small backpack that has some stuff in it. So what are some things that...
And it's not only practical, it saves us time. Because when we want to go on an adventure, we just grab the bikes or we just get in the car and we are good to go. Remember, this reminds me of Formula One. You know, like how when they change tires, every second counts. That's how you need to tackle your weekends if you want to be a weekend warrior, right?
Right.
So things that we keep in our backpack, we keep
sunscreen, bug spray, chapstick, a small first aid kit, just some Band-Aids and some antiseptic wipe and stuff like
A few
that.
water bottles.
Water bottles. Yeah, like a Swiss Army knife we have in there just in case. We don't keep this in there, but if we have time to grab them, we'll put a few snacks in there too.
And also we keep in there a little bit of cash.
Yes. Just in case you're out somewhere and you have an emergency or you ran out of your water and your kids are crying.
The ice
It's
cream
always
trucks
helpful.
have a really remarkable timing to drive by when you're with your kids, and when you don't have cash,
Yeah.
that turns you into a really terrible parent. So that's all we have today.
Yes. Hopefully you found this information helpful. And if you have other tips that you would like to share with us, please send them, because we would love to know how you're maximizing your time on the weekends. Because, we're no experts. We're just into doing this, and we've done it for a couple of years.
Yeah, so not only are you sharing your personal tips with the community, you're also helping the video and helping us, because the more you comment in our videos and the more thumbs up you give us, YouTube is more likely to show our videos to more people, and hopefully our channel will continue to grow.
Yeah.
All right,
All
should
right,
we
thank
read
you.
some comments?
Oh, yeah.
So these comments are from our last video, which was the Q&A, right? Mm-hmm. What do we have?
All right, so Weekend RV Adventures J&A Wales said, "Hey guys, Trap Pond is a great place in Delaware. Level sites, very clean, beautiful pond, trails. Hope to cross paths with you guys. We are headed to Buttonwood in August."
Oh, that's so great. My
You'll
favorite.
have a great time at Buttonwood.
Yeah, thank you for the tip. If any of you have camp at this campground, let us know in the comments. We want to make this a pretty active video. So what else we have?
All right, Sean, don't know how to pronounce your last name, Yasarino. Yacarino said, "We have a 2020 Raptor 423.
We are
Hashtag
absolutely
jealous. And we absolutely love it. It's great for our two girls too, because when the golf cart rolls out, they have their own bedroom while at the campsite. Quality on our unit was great too. We live in New Jersey, and our shakedown trip was
flawless.
I don't know what's a shakedown trip.
Shakedown trip is the very first trip you take on your RV. So it's brand
Learn
new. It's a
something new.
2020.
It was to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and the unit was flawless. Very impressed.
We will love to hear more about your experience with the Raptor, because we really like the Raptor.
We really did like it.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna pick your brain in the future about your experience with the Raptor. All right, should we read
All right,
one more?
One more. So last time we got asked about a horseback riding place.
And we didn't know.
And we didn't know. But Hayden Lavelle said, "Lost River State Park in West Virginia is a great place to camp and also go horseback riding on your own horse, or there's a stable in the park called Hidden Stables. You can pay to ride and they will give you a guided tour right up to the beautiful overlook. Also, about 15 minutes away from that state park, there is another great state park with great fishing and swimming called Trout Pond State Park." So there you go, the horseback riding and the fishing. There's two parks right there in West Virginia.
Thank you so much for your comment. And now this is it. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll hope to see you next week. Again, my name is Eli.
And I'm Fawn.
This is RV East Coast, and we will see you later.
Yep.